I'm Rob Nelson. Hollywood is often called the dream factory. But for many of the celebrities who live and work here, the dream is increasingly turning into a nightmare. Wherever they go, whatever they do, they're watched 24/7 by an increasingly aggressive mob of paparazzi.
Oh my God, guys are multiplying.
They're called the stalkerazzi. This is a new breed, ruthless, reckless, relentless, and willing to do just about anything to get the money shot. During the next hour, I'm going to take an inside look at this potentially deadly phenomenon that's gripped the entertainment industry and is being played out on the streets of Los Angeles. Taking a page from the paparazzi, I'm going to push the envelope and confront people on all sides of the issues to get some answers about this crisis that many say could lead to a tragedy of Princess Diana proportions. Princess Diana's fairy tale wedding on July 29, 1981, catapulted her into the celebrity spotlight. The world voraciously consumed every tabloid report and paparazzi snapshot of the young royal. But as her marriage unraveled 15 years later, the frenzy intensified into a relentless media circus. On August 31st, 1997, the fascination turned fatal. In a desperate attempt to protect Diana from the pursuing paparazzi, her driver tore through the streets of Paris. One wrong move sent their car headfirst into a tunnel wall. The driver and Diana's boyfriend, Dodi Fayed, were killed instantly. Hours later, the princess succumbed to her injuries at a local hospital. The paparazzi were ultimately not found to be at fault in Diana's death.
Princess Di is dead. And who should we see about that? The driver of the car, the paparazzis, or the magazines and papers who purchase these pictures and make bounty hunters out of photographers?
A decade later, some say we're primed for another tragedy. The number of paparazzi is soaring worldwide, but the epicenter of this sometimes dangerous and lucrative trade is right here. Hollywood, California. It's the entertainment mecca of the world, and the place most stars call home. And by default, the paparazzi, the photographers who make a living shooting celebrities in their most unguarded moments. And while their relationship's always been a little give and take, the high-stakes game of celebrity cat and mouse has taken a dangerous turn of late. So what's going on? Well, my quest for answers begins with one of the most well-known paparazzos in Los Angeles.
How are you?
I'm Rob.
Giles.
Let's roll. Giles Harrison, a freelance photographer, has been taking pictures of celebrities in Los Angeles for more than a decade. So you basically have almost like a series of rounds, like you go on your rounds.
It's a route. You know, it's like a milkman, or you have a paper route. You have your things you want to do every day just to check.
And how many stops on the route?
10. That encompasses about a 20-square-mile radius of town.
You're kind of like a fisherman.
Well, yeah, it's like trawling. You know, you cast your net and see what ends up in it.
And Los Angeles is heavily fished waters.
It's like the gold rush. It has never been in this town the way it is now. There's just paparazzi literally everywhere.
And nowhere is that more evident than on Robertson Boulevard, a quarter-mile stretch of trendy boutiques and pricey restaurants frequented by the stars.
I remember when if you had 2 photographers hanging out on Robertson, that was a miracle. Now you've got 50 to 60.
Back up, guys.
The core group of paparazzi trolling the streets for celebrity grist now numbers in the hundreds, up from just a couple dozen 5 years ago. The flood of photographers is being fueled by the explosion of media outlets devoted to celebrities, tabloids, TV shows, and blogs. Even amateurs are cashing in. This wedding cell phone photo netted a reported $150,000.
It means I have to stay on top of my game. I have to bring my A game every day to work.
With so many vying for the money shots of a select few, competition is fierce. And it's getting more fierce by the frame.
Do not ever put your...
It's kind of like every man for himself, and all those guys want to make that money, and they don't want the other person to make the money.
Wait, bitch!
And they don't want another person to get a shot that they're not going to get. The trouble is,
If you want to stay competitive, you got to go with what the pack is doing.
Don't touch me ever! Don't ever touch me!
The situation has gotten a bit crazy.
Today, Giles has attracted the attention of a sheriff's deputy for a parking violation. The officer recognizes Giles.
You got into a fight up on Sunset? You accused the guy of hitting you.
But you didn't see the other stuff.
You were an aggressor. I saw the film. You were pretty aggressive. Let's not be aggressive.
The warning from the officer isn't unwarranted. Giles has the distinction of being one of the few paparazzi in the nation to spend time behind bars for endangering a celebrity's life.